Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and today we're going to be playing a grand challenge with Icebow, classic Icebow 3.5 with the Knight, currently 7-0, so going to be going for the clean 12-0 if possible, but 12 wins regardless is the end goal. Found our first match against Doom Prue here, let's give him the good luck and see what he's going to be running today. So I am playing Icebow because I actually got a comment from David De Torres who asked for Icebow, so, decided to, actually listen to the request. So if you guys do want some ideas or you want to leave some suggestions, I'll actually be pretty happy to listen to them. Just let me know, and also notice, or rather take note rather, that I can't accommodate for every single suggestion because obviously I actually get quite a lot each video. But I will try my best, where it's feasible. We do see Ram Rider recruits right now. I'm just going to go for a Knight and then Skeleton as well, because that one recruit's getting a bit too feisty there, almost reaching my tower. Quake as well. Okay, what is this? I think I have to go Ice Wizard, because this is going to get some tower damage otherwise. So I did go for a pretty aggressive Rocket in single. I feel like that's probably one of my biggest mistakes or general bad behaviors with Icebow, where I like to rocket way too aggressively early on, and I feel like that can get you punished. But okay, goes for a Gold Knight. Gonna try and activate King off of this. I don't think I can activate with a NATO by itself because Gold Knight is weird, so I'm gonna try and go for like a log and then NATO. I think that should work. My cycle's pretty bad right now. I'm gonna log into a NATO-able range and it still doesn't work. Okay, wow, I don't really know how to do that. If you guys know if there's like a way to activate King off a Gold Knight, please let me know, because I've tried with just a NATO, it failed epically. That's why this time I tried with log NATO. Looks like it still doesn't work, so I might just not try it next time. We do see a cage as well, so just gonna Tesla high to snipe it. Muskie 2, so that's 8 elixir, a fair amount of commitment on my opponent's end. Tesla should basically take the Muskie out. Okay, gonna Knight Skeletons, cycle back to my log to reset the Ram charge. So sometimes you do also have to make plays like those where you don't have a card immediately in cycle, but you do have to go for it as if you're able to cycle back to it, if that makes sense. So I went Knight Skeleton, cycled 2 cards, got back to my log to reset the charge, and it was all fine and well. Gonna Ice Wiz to push this Gold Knight off my Xbow, maybe get a small lock here possibly, because he should be low in elixir. Sadly though, he does have the Quake to just take the Xbow out. I don't know why he has Ram Rider recruits Quake. This seems like a pretty tough matchup, honestly, especially with the Gold Knight in there. Thankfully I'm not playing through Pinot, or else it would be terrible, but yeah, just gonna Knight the back, I guess, just set up, and he goes for a cage, so I'm probably gonna have to play pretty defensively the whole game, I think. You already saw his deck. He has recruits, he has Goblin Cage, Musketeer, Golden Knight. Like, there's pretty much no chance I'm ever going to break through, so I think this is the beauty of Icebow compared to 3.0. And by the way, I'm not an Icebow player, I'm a 3.0 player, so I do play it like 3.0 sometimes a bit too aggressively, but I know for a fact generally with Icebow one of the main benefits of the deck is that you have the Rocket as an alternate win condition. We do see the Quake coming out. It's going to Tesla. Don't need to worry about an anti-EQ placement because EQ's out of cycle. Gonna Skeletons to cut this Brawler over as well. Can Ice Wiz 2 just to be safe. Looks like I didn't really need the Ice Wiz, but it's whatever. And I might go in here with this Ice Wiz because he should be kind of low in elixir. I could NATO that Gold Knight out of range, but I feel like he's going to play something else, so I think it's a bit too risky. Yeah, goes Ram Rider. Gonna Tesla up high. Knight to predict, and he does actually go Musketeer, so I caught the Muskie. I could log this Ram back plus the Musketeer maybe. He does go for the Quake though, so yeah, even though I got a pretty good situation, he was obviously still able to defend because Quake just kind of bailed him out, so I really don't know why he has a Quake in this deck. I guess he just really hates Xbow, but I'm just going to defensive Xbow. He just uses Earthquake, so he has pretty much nothing to punish this. Goes Recruits, which is pretty annoying, but I should be able to stop them relatively easily, I guess. I'm going to go for the anti-EQ Tesla once more, and then also log on the Recruits plus Ram, and ensure that I hit the tower, because notice how I'm constantly just log chipping his tower down, because he's EQing me out, so I kind of have to. I think I'm going to go for an Xbow right here, not really to try and get a lock, but just to bait a response out, because that's how you want to play these decks sometimes, especially Xbow Rocket decks. We actually forced the Muskie out, so yeah, we forced 8 elixir out with just the Xbow. Defense Xbow is helping out too. That's definitely a big playstyle of these Rocket decks. Going to Rocket right now, actually, because we did just defend pretty well. Where you don't really use Xbow as a win con, sometimes you just use it as a tool to bait a response out. For example, I baited out the Goblin Cage plus the Muskie, got a positive 2 elixir trade, and just let the Xbow die, and just rocketed tower, because in a matchup where you can't really break through, you don't really want to overcommit and try and break through, I guess. You'd rather just rocket, and wow, Ice Wiz somehow doesn't hit the Ram, so that's going to be a charge. That's really unfortunate, actually. Going to have to rocket right now. I have to rocket like 3 more times to catch up in damage. Going to defensive Xbow, anti-EQ placement, obviously, and then I'm going to have to get ready for recruits in front of this, so yeah, here we go. Still going to log on the left because I need the log damage as much as I can. Knight, Ice Wiz, and then I'm back to a log in a sec here. I could NATO, but I feel like it wouldn't be the best. I think actually I just have to rocket right now, and then Skellies for the Muskie, and then log as early as I can. I do get it down. Nice. Gonna eat the entire Goblin Brawler, even though it's a lot of damage. That's a prime example of using tower damage as a resource, because I need the elixir to be able to rocket cycle. I can't afford to just defend the whole game. So I'm going to defend this rocket and then log plus NATO on the Ram Rider. Only 4 seconds left. I think I should be fine if I just NATO it back. And okay, nice. It does start charging, but we were able to win. I'm going to BM him because he's literally playing Recruits, Golden Knight, Ram Rider, EQ. Like, what in the world was that deck? But we were able to win, thankfully. So yeah, as you saw, I used Xbows as an offensive tool sometimes, not to get a lock, but just to bait a response out. And then I was just able to rocket cycle, because that's how you have to play. So big beauty of this deck, again, big benefit. If you can't get an Xbow connection, you can just rely on the rocket cycle, which is actually really strong. So I don't know if, I feel like Icebow might be better than 3.0 in the current meta right now, I'm not sure, but having rocket is definitely a huge help, plus NATO actually. Obviously though, there is the Nexus Icebow deck, which has the Valk and the Queen in there, which he's obviously super high with all the time, so that's probably even better, but still, Icebow is just so nice for that other win condition. It's just that you do have to play it a bit differently, because obviously you have a slower cycle. You can't afford to just cycle around to everything as quickly as you would be with 3.0. I wanted to high Tesla that, but I know he has RG actually, so I'm still going to do it. I guess we could bait out an RG, but I think it might not be that good if he goes RG like to snipe in the middle, but we'll see what he does. Phoenix, so yeah, it is going to be RG, probably Lightning unfortunately, so going to be a pretty tough matchup. Actually have not played Icebow in a long time, so I'm going to have to try and figure stuff out as I go. Going to log back Ice Wiz for the Phoenix Knight, and then we have to NATO back, I think. This is a really nice way to defend RGs though. You can like tornado it backwards, and as you can see, the Ice Wiz slow in tandem with the NATO, you know, knocking everything back is just very effective, and I was actually able to defend that very easily, no damage taken, so pretty optimal defense there. Going to Skelly around the Ghost and protect my Ice Wiz, and then this should actually be decent. Since he goes log, I'm actually going to Xbow because he's not back to RG, and he should be relatively low or even on Elixir, so should be fine. Ice Wiz should take the Fisherman out, hopefully, so I might get a small lock here. No, he's sadly back to RG. I was not actually expecting him to be back that soon, but I guess he is, so going to have to Ice Wiz, and then I think I have to Tesla. I could Knight, actually, but I don't know. The RG is pretty high on HP. I think I'm just going to Tesla to be safe, because I don't want to mess anything up. If he wanted to, he could Lightning this Tesla, honestly. Wouldn't get any damage, but would just get Lightning damage, and I wouldn't be able to punish because I don't have an Xbow in Cycle, but looks like he does not really want to do that, which I'm grateful for, so yeah, it goes Ghost. He actually might be setting up for another RG, potentially. I'm going to Knight. Okay, I misplaced the Knight. Hopefully it still pulls. Okay, thank God, because yeah, I did not mean to misplace it. Oops. But still, that's fine, I guess, so yeah, I don't know about this matchup, honestly. I think I'm going to have to try and get a connection, or at least, like I was talking about in the last match, you know, go for Xbows to bait a response out. I don't really want to go Xbow. It's not like 3.0 where you can just offensive Xbow. I think you have to play pretty passively overall. I'm going to try and rocket that. So rocket on the Phoenix plus Fisher. Okay, that was a terrible rocket. I missed the Fisher. That was essentially just a -2 for no reason, so this is looking kind of bad, but I'm going to try and defend this still. Going to anti-Lightning Tesla last second, so I can take the RG out. Actually targets the Ghost first, which is pretty nice. Goes for a log. I'm actually going to Xbow right now because that should be fully defended, and I can NATO whatever he plays out of range. Going to NATO the Fisherman out of Xbow range right now. We do get a lock, perfect, so this is a huge Icebow thing as well. Tornado is so strong because you can tornado their tank for your Xbow out of Xbow range, and that's just so helpful because, as you saw, I was able to get a pretty good lock, so really, really nice stuff. And I guess that's going to be my second main tip here. You know, NATO out of range, so normally you would never get a connection against an RG deck like this, but with a trick like that, I was able to get a small, you know, 800 damage or so connection, and that's going to put me in the lead, and I'm feeling pretty good about this match now. Going to Ice Wiz in the corner, Knight, and actually this is a pretty easy defense. Like, I'm not really struggling with these RGs at all. Going to high Tesla last second again. If he Lightnings, I can go in, and he's probably going to be in a lot of trouble. Even if he doesn't Lightning, it can still go in. Maybe NATO again. I'm going to NATO again. Why not, right? And then he goes E-Spirit last second, but it should still lock on. It does. Okay, yeah. Oh, but E-Spirit actually changed to retarget. Wow, that's unfortunate, but still should be fine. I could ignore the Fisherman on the left, and then I could probably go in again here with this RG once it's taken out. Gonna Tesla down low. Okay, that was way too low. That was 5 tiles down. Misplaced. I meant to go 4 tiles down, so oops, that's going to be one RG. I'd actually have to log. I don't want to take any more, so yeah, that's my bad. Do not play your Tesla that far down, guys. But we should still be fine. I mean, I can Ice Wiz again, and then he's being pretty aggressive right now. I'm going to Knight as well, and I can NATO this back. I also like to try and NATO to hit the tower, just get some chip. Okay, he goes Mother Witch. That's going to be a pain, because Mother Witch makes it so I can't ever play my skeletons, unfortunately. Going to log everything back, though. And then this should be okay, I hope. I'm going to have to go for an Ice Wiz again. Again, I just cannot afford to go Skeletons right now because of that Mother Witch being so annoying. But Knight Skeletons right here. Tesla again. And then if he goes Mother Witch, I'm actually going to... Okay, I'm going to NATO this all back because I can't really afford to take much damage right now. Going to log 2, and I think I actually defended that pretty well. Yeah, Tesla doing pretty good work there. Going to Knight as well. skeletons 2, and then I'm back to another Tesla. I'm going to go for a low Tesla this time. Okay, I'm going to NATO the Mother Witch out of range ASAP, because those skeletons do not want to turn into cursed hogs. So I just don't like dealing with it. Okay, I'm going to have to go for a Tesla last second. Icebow Slow thankfully makes the RG walk a bit slower, so I can get the Tesla down in time. And I can just Rocket Tower now, because even if he gets back to a Lightning, it's not going to outdamage Rocket, obviously. Gonna go for Ice Whiz, cycle back to my Tesla. Oh god, Mother Witch is back. Gonna have to go for a Tesla last second and NATO all these pigs back. Cursed Hogs are getting kind of crazy. Gonna Ice Whiz on top of the RG plus the Cursed Hogs, and if I don't take an RG hit, I think I win. Oh my god, I just barely didn't get a hit. I'm gonna BM as well, because I think that's a pretty bad matchup, and I feel like I played that pretty well, except for the Mother Witches at the end. Those, like, that is how you choke. That's how I always choke against RG, like in triple or just late game. When they just start stacking Mother Witches, it's so annoying, because you can't even do anything about them. They just invalidate the skeletons. But yeah, we were able to win 2 pretty hard matchups in a row, so feeling pretty happy about that. Looking for the next match right now, and looks like queue time is taking a fair amount of time. If it takes too long, I might have to cut the video, but I'd rather not, because it's just easier. Okay, we did find a game against an Arabic name, I think, so let's see what he's going to be running. Has P.E.K.K.A on his banner. I actually have not played P.E.K.K.A bridge ban with Icebow in a super long time. I think it would be a pretty interesting matchup to play out. We do see split archers. Ooh, I would love for this to be 3.0 actually, because I always beat 3.0 Expo cycle with Icebow. I know how to play the matchup pretty much exactly, so I would love that. Bomb Tower, okay. I really hope this is actually an OG deck, Miner Balloon with Bomb Tower and Knight. That would be so fun, because I obviously hard counter Balloon with Icebow. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, Rascals. Gonna have to try and cycle back to my log. I think it's gonna skeletons log. And I'm gonna do a little trick here. I'm gonna Knight last second. He's not gonna be expecting it. He's gonna think the Rascal Boy will take the Xbow out. So yeah, we do get a lock. As you can see, he wasn't ready for it. So that's the play I love to make with Xbow in general. Last second stuff, just catching your opponents off guard. And we are able to get a really huge connection there. And Knight's actually gonna take the Dark Prince out by itself. So just easy 1200 damage to start the game out. 1300 actually goes Knight Graveyard. Okay, gonna NATO the Knight back out of Graveyard range. I think that's the only play I had in that situation. And then late log on the Graveyard Skeletons. And then I'm gonna have to Knight as well for the Graveyard Skellies and the Knight. I think that was honestly really well executed by me, because usually this deck does not really have many great graveyard defenses, so I think a big thing is, you know, utilizing the Tornado to pull the graveyard tank out of tower range so the tower can retarget onto the graveyard. Because say I didn't do that, right? I would have probably taken a ton of skeleton damage, and I would have just had to overcommit a lot, so yeah. Gonna Xbow right now, though. Ice was to predict the bomb tower as well. And, okay, it goes for a Dark Prince low. I think that was actually a really bad play. Again, that's a 3.0 player in me, just playing so aggressively. I think that was definitely a misplay. That was not good at all, so... Okay, do not do what I did just now. Yeah, he goes for a Graveyard. I'm gonna have to go Skeletons in late log, but I'm kind of low on Elixir right now, so I am kind of scrambling here. Gonna log as late as I can, or as early as I can, but... Yeah, Skeleton's still coming in. Okay, maybe I should have logged a bit later to clean those Skeletons up, but yeah. I do think that was a deserved, like, a burst of damage for my opponent there, because... I played way too aggressively, like, that was a mistake. So anyways, it's fine though. Honestly, might just defensive Xbow. I don't know if he has a spell yet or not, so let's find out. He predicts my Xbow the bomb tower, so I might just rocket his tower at this point, because that was just a wasted bomb tower. Okay, goes poison, definitely gonna rocket, because again, that was a wasted bomb tower, but we do find out he has a poison, so gonna have to be going for anti-poison defense Xbows in the future. This is the other great thing about Icebow, you know, number one, you have NATO to activate King if you can. I'm pretty bad at NATO, actually. I don't really know all the King activations, because I don't really play Icebow much, or NATO decks in general. I usually play cycle decks, but still should be fine, because if you do activate King against Graveyard, you pretty much have a free win, because obviously it's very effective. But even otherwise, like, I think you can just defend pretty well and just rocket cycle. So 3 rockets will do it. You know, rocket does about 430. I think I actually don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I'm going to guess 432, but it's just all, like, a bit blurry there. Like, I just know the general range, not the exact number. It's funny, because back when I was trying to get better at the game, I spent a lot of time, you know, memorizing spell values just to make sure I had these numbers down. But now I've just, you know, been a lot more experienced. I just kind of play, like, for fun and just off the top of my head. I don't really memorize as much. But I think I do want to learn spell values again, because they're going to be pretty important for top ladder, definitely. We're going to Tesla in the corner. We have one final Graveyard push to defend, and then I can pretty much just get the final rocket down, so this shouldn't be bad at all. I can just log, and that should be very easily cleaned up, I think. Yeah, no worries whatsoever. Pretty clean defense. That's going to be a rocket, so really nice win against Graveyard. The only real mistake I made was that one Xbow at the start. I think I should have just played defensively the entire game, which I think sounds kind of dumb, because Icebow is a very defensive deck, unfortunately, but it's just what you have to do if you can't get a connection in some situations. So yeah, really, really nice win, though. Let's go for the next match. 10-0 now, so almost there. 2 wins to go for the flawless 12-0. Let's see if we can get it. Found our game against Yosel from Full Metal. Gonna give him the good luck. Let's see what he's gonna be running here. So, do not really know how to play against Lava Hound with Icebow much. I do remember I got 20 wins in the 2021 CRL 20-win challenge with Icebow on my mini account. I was so proud of that one, actually. And I beat Lava Hound when I played super well. I think I just played very patiently overall, but it felt a lot more annoying than playing with 3.0, to be honest. And okay, this is kind of awkward because usually you're not supposed to leak much with a cycle deck in single, but Icebow, number one, is, I would say, more of like a mix. Like, it's a bit of a control deck rather than a Xbow cycle deck, because you don't always play super aggressively all the time. In fact, sometimes you just defend well and rocket. And also I have like pretty much the worst hand. Like Xbow, Tornado, Tesla, Rocket, none of these plays are good. Xbow first play is not good with Icebow at all because I have no idea what he has. I don't have many cheap cards like 3.0, so I can't get an efficient defense. Tesla first play is okay, but if he has like a Lava Hound, it's just going to be a wasted 4 elixir. I think he went E-Spirit, right? So E-Spirit, probably going to be RG, like maybe RG Giant Skeleton. So like if I Tesla, he can just RG the back, and I can't even punish that, because if I go Xbow opposite, he'll probably just outcycle my Tesla, and I'll just like Tower Trade or something and lose. If he has normal RG, if I Tesla, he just doesn't have to play into the Tesla, like he can play stuff low. Or if he has Earthquake, he can Earthquake the Tesla. If I go Xbow and he has an RG, that's just going to be a free, like 0 elixir RG to full counter the Xbow and counter push, so... And obviously you can't rocket first plays, so hopefully that makes sense for you guys, even though it might be confusing. That's why I don't want to make a play with this hand, especially considering I feel like he has RG after seeing the Electro Spirit. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess, in like 15 seconds. I might just go for an offensive Xbow. I think the play I generally like to do, I usually don't leak till double, but when I do... Okay, my alarm just went off. When I do like to Xbow in double elixir. I can't really put my alarm on because I have to focus on the game, but we're gonna Xbow opposite. He goes for a Phoenix, so this should be pretty okay, I think. Yeah, he goes for RG, so it is gonna be RG, probably Lightning again, to be honest. Just gonna Tesla the middle, and then Ice Whiz for the RG. Ice Whiz is so good against Lightning, by the way. I haven't really talked about it much, but okay, goes for Lightning right now. Gonna Knight, and then I think I have to NATO back. Gonna try and hit Tower as well to get that chip damage in. Really nice stuff. That's a small little play, and I can actually go for an Xbow right now because I should be able to outcycle the RG, right? He's like at least 2 away right now, so it should be okay. Phoenix too. I'm going to log all of this back, and then I might get a small lock here, potentially, hopefully. I'm going to Ice Whiz up high as well. And he does just barely get the RG down in time, so well played. I was hoping to maybe catch him off guard with that Ice Whiz and get a last-second lock, but did not work out. Gonna Knight. He should not be back, or have enough elixir rather, for a Lightning, because he just go for a Hunter. Gonna Skellies for the Phoenix Egg, though. And then, okay, Phoenix is actually gonna respawn. That's a bit annoying. Gonna NATO everything back. Ice Whiz and get back to a Knight to protect my Ice Whiz. I think Phoenix won't respawn this time, so yeah, that should be an okay defense. Gonna log as well. As you can see, Ice Whiz is just so clutch, because if they don't have a Fireball, can't really kill it that well. You're going to Tesla off to the far right corner. You always want to mix up your Tesla placements as well, because they might have, you know, a Fireball or a Lightning or just a bunch of troops coming down the middle. You don't want to give them value, so you don't want your Tesla to get less value than 4 elixir worth, so if that makes sense. Oh, goes for a Lightning and doesn't hit my Knight. This is definitely an Xbow opportunity right here, and I should be able to get a small lock. Gonna Ice Whiz the bridge to get some DPS on it. Should not be back to an RG. Gonna log the Fisher. I believe this should be a connection. Hit the E-Spirit too. This should 100% be a lock. We do get it off. Perfect. Gonna Skeleton cycle back to my Knight and hold this lock, because in a hard matchup, if you get a connection, I always tell you guys this, you want to hold on to your lock as long as possible. So we're just gonna hold on to that, and that's gonna be a perfect punish on his bad Lightning. So really nice stuff there. Just gonna Ice Whiz the corner. If he Lightnings this Tesla, he's gonna lose because I can just Xbow again, to be honest. So looks like he kind of learned his lesson. I'm still gonna Rocket though. That's pretty much 2 rockets. Again, I think Rocket does like 432 or something. 9-3. Yeah, that's 4. I'm not gonna calculate right now. I have to focus on the game. But yeah, just gonna log, and I know for a fact that's gonna be Rocket range. So just have to get back to it, and that's gonna be a really nice win against RG Lightning. So 2 RG Lightning games in this video so far. Really good stuff, though. Was able to win, and yeah, really just Icebow's a lot more of a patient and passive deck, so didn't really go for many Xbows until I tried to punish him. That's just a flawless punish overall, so let's go for the 12-0, guys. Hope I can get it down. Found our game against Trainer Toby. Oh, this is my friend. Okay, I think we're gonna tie, guys, because I usually tie my friend, so he's a pretty cool guy, and yeah, we're gonna be tying him, pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so I will see you guys in the next game, because we are just gonna be drawing right now. Alright guys, 11-0, the tie is over, so going to be going for the 12 win again. Queue time might take a fair amount, so probably going to cut the time out and get back when we find a game. Alright, we finally found a match against Cuckoo Ruse, and then some Chinese characters. Let's see what he's going to be running. Going to give him the good luck right here. And with this deck in general, actually, before I finished doing the GC, I watched my friend Toby get his 12, and he got it with Mortar. He beat some pretty hard matchups too. He beat Lava Hound, and he did a nice 2-tower comeback, so he's obviously really good. Goes for Skeleton King, Inferno Tower. Gonna Skeletons to predict the Wallbreakers. Okay, goes Dark Goblin. Oh man, I tried to go Log, but I accidentally selected the Rocket instead, so that's just gonna be a dead Xbow, unfortunately, but that's fine. I'll take the Dark Goblin chip, it's whatever. Then I can just Knight for the Skeleton King. It's gonna be Drill Wallbreakers, fairly certain, because Skeleton King, Inferno Tower, Dark Goblin, no other deck runs that. Yeah, he goes Skeleton King ability. I can just Log 2 for 2, not worried about it at all. Skeleton King is like one of the worst champions against Xbow, because Xbow, number one, just destroys the spawn skeletons in one hit, and it hits so fast, but number two is just, honestly, not that annoying compared to like Gold Knight or Archer Queen. Goes for a really aggressive Fireball. Okay, that was super aggressive. He literally went Wallbreakers, Drill, Fireball. That's 10 elixirs. I'm not going to Expo the bridge right now because he should be very low. Should not even have enough for an Inferno Tower if I'm not wrong. Goes for Skeleton King down low. Yeah, if he was high enough on elixir, he'd go Skeleton King the bridge, so he's definitely low. Gonna Knight to predict whatever he plays, and if he goes like anything, I can log it. Like Dark Goblin, I can log it, and he should be in a lot of trouble here. He goes Skarmy, gonna log right away. That should be a pretty good lock. And yeah, gonna NATO this Dark Goblin back, actually. I want to make the most out of this Expo lock, so it's not even that hard of a matchup. I mean, I don't know. I don't actually know Icebow matchups, to be honest, but I'm gonna NATO it back just to get the most out of that lock. We get like, what, 1700 damage or so perfect stuff there. I think I pretty much won already, because now that's just 3 rockets and like some odd spells here and there, so and I'm pretty confident I can defend. I mean, I don't have a Valk. I think if I had a Valk, this would be a pretty good matchup for me, but since I don't. Okay, goes for a pre-log, well played. Gonna have to go Tesla as well, because I cannot really afford to take that damage. My alarm just went off again, oops. But yeah, I do have class in like 2 hours, so okay, just gonna go for an Ice Whiz. Okay, goes for a Drill, actually gonna Knight to try and predict it. Keeps going Drill to the side for some reason, and goes for a Fireball, super aggressive, just gonna Rocket. Drill, Fireball, not really the play. I think he has to go like Skelly King and set up some big Skelly King Drill push, but instead of that, he's just going like Goblin Drill spam and not really working out, so just gonna Defensive Expo right now. Ice Whiz the corner for the Dark Goblin. Should get taken out by the tower, I hope. Yeah, it does. Okay, nice. Gonna log, hover log to take the drill out last second. Don't want to commit any more than I need to. Knight for the Skeleton King. NATO as well, because I want to preserve my Defensive Expo. Skeletons for the Wallbreakers. Expo should take them out even if he pre-logs, which he does. Yep, nice. Gonna Expo right now because I have a Defensive Expo up and a Knight counter pushing. Absolutely no reason not to capitalize on this advantage right now. Ice Whiz to predict the Inferno Tower, and then honestly, at this point, this is just a bait Expo. I'm just gonna Rocket Tower. I don't really care, because even if I don't get a lock, I can just Rocket twice and win. So yeah, I'm honestly not really worried about it. Just gonna Rocket right now, and that's literally gonna be a good game. He gets a Skeleton King into the Rocket. That is very tough. That is not what he wants at all. So yeah, all I have to do is defend one final drill push and I win. So just gonna Tesla. He's laughing for some reason. I think this is not gonna be that great of a matchup actually, because I don't have a Valk. I have a Knight. If he just punishes me well as Skeleton King, it should be kind of tough, but he played this terribly, like, honestly, not even trying to be rude, he just really played this really bad. I'm just going to get back to a Knight and log for the Skeleton King ability, don't want to choke, obviously, and then I can just Rocket Tower, so that's going to be a really nice win. That's going to be 12 wins, guys, stress-free, really nice stuff with Icebow against some really tough matchups, too. I feel like this one is kind of tough. I feel like the RG ones were obviously tough, and he's laughing for some reason. He played that really bad, so I don't really think he's in much of a position to laugh, but I mean, he can do whatever he wants. That's going to be 12 wins, though. Let's go. I'm really happy because I did want to do that Icebow deck request for the next video, and I did it. I got 12-0, so let's go. Very clean stuff. Almost no mistakes except for a few, I guess, but I'm not an Icebow player, so, you know, I guess bear with me, but overall, 12-0, super clean. Really happy about this because yeah, I don't know, it just looks nice, and I like playing other Expo decks. I love Expo, so just being diverse as well is fun. So yeah, we'll take that. Let's open up the 12-win chest and see what we're going to get. Hopefully something nice. I have most cards max stack already, but okay, do we get a champion? That's really good. Honestly, that's fine with me, because I get 40k gold. I will take that, certainly. So yeah, Queen, definitely going to take that, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be it, guys. So flawless GC, 0 losses, 1 draw, but didn't lose to anyone. Toby was playing Mortar, as I said, and yeah, I beat some other matchups too. I beat Splashed with Giant Skeleton somehow. I played Throughput at the start, and then I also beat like Pigs EQ for the 0 game. So that's going to be it, though. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.